Hello and welcome to Blaring Productions. I'm Des, and today we're going to do something a little bit different, veering away from our traditional two-dimensional art and going into something a little more three-dimensional, but not with our 3D printer. There's been a trend going around on YouTube of people following other people's tutorials for whatever medium or genre they happen to be creating it. So I thought it would be fun to jump on this little bandwagon and follow a few different videos and tutorials from the King of Random. He has quite a few videos and tutorials on his channel where he molds something in silicone and then casts that mold in a very different material. The materials that he casts these molds in range from gummy candy to wax to resin. So today what we're going to do is we're going to make a silicone mold and cast that in resin to take this and make this.
For this project, I'm going to show you how to make Proto Buddy. Proto Buddy is a cool moldable dough that you can press into nearly any shape, but after 10 minutes it magically turns to rubber. Bouncy, stretchy rubber.
Since I am on a budget and a schedule, I felt the Ugu molding method was the most effective way to go for this project. And oh my goodness, does he make it look easy. This stuff is so sticky, I lost about half of my first batch on my plate and gloves before I even got to the cornstarch. I made a second batch to try and patch up my mold. After I completely lost that batch, I made a third one. With that batch at least mildly successful, I was finally able to get my mold in a workable state and was ready to cast the resin.
We start out the same way by mixing up even portions of our side A and side B resin. I've also got a new color that I'm going to try adding to this resin.
Mixing and pouring the resin proved to be just as easy as it looks, but it ended up doing quite a number on my mold. I hadn't mixed the cornstarch in well enough, causing small pieces of the mold to end up being cast in the resin. I also noted a certain amount of flexibility in the cast. After a few more attempts, I was finally able to figure out how to mix the silicone just right and made a new mold. I found that leaving the silicone in its original mixing bowl and adding the cornstarch in as needed worked a lot better than trying to transfer the silicone into a separate bowl. This resulted in a much better yield than before, giving me a much higher quality mold. Casting the resin was once again a breeze, but I did find this cast was rather sticky on the underside of it, leaving some residue in the mold. This did dry once left exposed to the open air, and I'm fairly certain was just a result of using too much food coloring. I also found that the flexibility in our first cast had lessened and has since completely gone away. So despite the hiccups and problems along the way, I really enjoyed making this, and I think we got a pretty good result. For me, this project also serves as a proof of concept for other projects I want to do in the future, and that I may end up putting up here for you to watch as well. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to follow along on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to keep up with all our content. And if you can, please be sure to check us out on Patreon as well. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next week.